Hey, everybody. We made it to February 1st, 2026. And this is my monthly review of last month's Maricopa County crimes of all kinds. So, what I'd like to do is share that with you now. Basically, I go over each of the crimes that have been committed and the status, if you will, from a civics alerts, latest news, citizens monthly update, and a campaign we have here in Arizona, Maricopa County, Arizona. I assume across Arizona too, but definitely Maricopa County under Rachel Mitchell. Report, don't repost. So it's kind of important that we address that. And again, against any of the specific articles that were posted, a criminal charge is merely an accusation, and the defendant is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty. So let me go ahead and go to our first article. This was a community council, civic, sorry, let me say it right. A civic alert from Anthem Community Council that came through. Basically, it's good evening, Anthem families. Happy New Year. We hope everyone had a great holiday season, and it is off to a strong start in 2006. We're excited to share our ACC programs map, a new, easy-to-use resource that highlights all the programs and activities offered at the Anthem Community Center, which is a center for the Anthem locals. You purchase a membership and you can benefit from all of the activities that are there. This spreadsheet is designed to serve a quick reference for families and will be updated monthly. And it suggests viewing the ACC Rec Programs map, which I did not pull up, but it is available online. Whether you're looking for drop-in activities, youth programs, adult programs, fitness options, special events, or memberships, this guide is a great place to start. If you have any questions or need help finding the right program for your family, our team is always happy to help. We look forward to another great year of programs at the ACC, your Anthem Recreation team. So you can see there are links, there's a contact number, the address for the community council, and what they have provided is a map that allows you to kind of find your way around the community center. There's an indoor-outdoor pool, there are fields, there's skateboarding parks, there's baseball fields, other sport fields. Also, annually, they do the Halloween get-together, a Thanksgiving event, 4th of July event. Several holidays are acknowledged and events are presented there. So it allows everybody in the community to get together, and I believe they're an Anthem that they enjoy that. So good. And so the map also provides you with where you need to go. Let's say if you are you're new to the area and you need a membership, it also gives you directions there. Also indoors, they have a rock climbing wall, which is kind of fun for the young and old alike, and other activities that occur on the inside of community center, as well as some seating outside and stuff. A lot of parking, pretty nice. If you've ever been there, you'd enjoy it. So that came through, and I wanted to share it, and that was dated January 7th. The next one is regarding a driver in fatal hit and run sentence. A driver in fatal hit and run sentenced. Crash data indicated speeds over 110 miles per hour. Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell announced today that an Ian Omar de la Pena has been sentenced to 12 years in prison, followed by 7 years of supervised probation for causing a fatal crash with impaired and fleeing the scene. De La Pena failed to stop for a red light while traveling southbound on Greenfield Road near McKillop's Road. He rear-ended a vehicle stopped in a left turn lane, pushing it into the intersection. Additional vehicles were involved as the collision unfolded. One person was killed in the crash, and several others were put at risk. Witnesses reported that De La Pena was driving at a very high speed just moments before the collision, including passing vehicles in the two-way left turn lane before merging back into traffic. After the crash, De La Pena fled on foot, but was located nearby thanks to witnesses. Officers observed signs indicating De La Pena was impaired. He was found with piles, including fentanyl. Sorry, piles. I meant pills, including fentanyl, and blood tests later confirmed drugs in his system. Crash data showed De La Pena was driving at speeds over 110 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone seconds before impact. De La Pena pleaded guilty to the following charges: 1 count of second-degree murder, a Class 1 felony; 1 count of leaving the scene of a fatal injury accident, a Class 2 felony. And, quote, "This case is a reminder that choices behind the wheel can turn catastrophic in seconds," said Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell. "Driving while impaired and at extreme speeds is not an accident. It is a decision, and today's sentence makes clear that those decisions can carry serious consequences." So stepping back into that, fentanyl, which is running rampant throughout the country, unacceptable. At least that's off from his pocket, let's say. It was retrieved and not going to be sent around to children in schools or anyone else. So I'm glad to hear that and see that. Also, his high speeds. The data, I had this done to me where the insurance company wanted to verify my onboard computer for my vehicle to verify my location and where an accident occurred. I had no problem with that. They sent an investigator out. He connected a couple of wires to my interior of my vehicle, I assume to the brains of the operation, captured the data, brought it back, and analyzed it, which confirmed the situation. So it wasn't per se an accident. It was a vehicle that shot a big rock that cracked my windshield. I didn't do anything wrong. I almost freaked out, but I held onto that steering wheel, right, and stayed on my path, on the road, in my lanes. But it was something that I needed to replace because you can't drive around with a major broken windshield, right? So it was interesting that they could pull the data out of the vehicle, and I experienced it myself. So, hey, Tax Packet Texas, how you doing? Trell? Yeah, it's a good statement. Thank you. Knock, knock. So also we have let me go back real quick. That was timestamped January 21st. So we only have a few this month, but I'm sure there's a lot of activity going on in the Maricopa County's Attorney's Office, plus the investigators working diligently on open cases. The next one is man sentenced for revenge shooting. This was dated January 27th. Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell announced today that Tyler McGuire has been sentenced to natural life in prison after being convicted on 1 count of first-degree murder for the death of Giezo Sege. In December 2022, Tyler McGuire became fixated on a woman he supervised at a local pizza shop in Mesa, where the victim, Giezo Sege, also worked. Mesa, Arizona, a little south. McGuire told the woman he had a crush on her, but she made it clear she was not interested. That's the first thing you need to do, male or female. If someone has an interest in you, they let you know. You need to say, no, I'm not interested. Thank you very much. But you need to make it clear that you are not interested. If you don't do that, it allows the other person to continue pursuing you. And that's kind of what I learned in the corporate world too. If you don't appreciate certain language or activities or gestures, you need to let the other person know, I don't appreciate that. If it happens a second or more, then you go to the Human Resources Department. Same thing in this field, right? You need to let the person know, and then you need to reach out to your manager. So let's see what happens. That same month, McGuire physical confronted the victim, believing he was pursuing a relationship with the woman. So in his mind, he was pursuing, even though she told him no. Over the following year, McGuire's anger toward the victim escalated to the point he purchased a gun and searched for the victim's address. That's kind of scary when people can get access to so much information. I know on Law and Crime, they have an ad for True Finder, and there are many other sites out there too that you can actually get a lot of information if you pay for it, right? Sad but true. Continuing on December 11, 2023, the victim was found slumped over inside his vehicle in front of an apartment complex near North Stapley. So we have Tyler McGuire and Diaz Osege. So two men. Didn't pick up on that. Well, sorry. No, McGuire told the woman. Okay. So on December 11, 2023, the victim was found slumped over inside his vehicle in front of an apartment complex near North Stapley Road and East Brown Road in Mesa. Probably just a pronoun change, right? Unless they might have him, her, he, she situation. I don't know. Could be transgender. According to witnesses, McGuire approached the vehicle and shot the victim multiple times in the chest before running away. At the time of his arrest, the defendant had a cell phone and a black handgun. The bullets found in the handgun matched the bullet casings found at the crime scene. Days after his arrest, the defendant's mother contacted police about a diary belonging to the defendant. Now, isn't that great? Even the mother of McGuire realized he did a no-no and brought to the attention to the law enforcement documents that she was aware of that felt compelled to share with law enforcement. Parents shouldn't hide their children's discretions, right? And they should give them assistance and help wherever they need it. So the best of their ability, obviously, but there are a lot of services around the world, and including here in Maricopa County, to get service and assistance for your children, no matter what age. Continuing on. Days after his arrest, the defendant's mother contacted police about a diary belonging to the defendant. Entries in the diary detailed the defendant's plan to kill the victim and his reasoning for doing so. A diary entry stated, "I decided a while ago I needed to kill someone. This person hurt me." Another entry stated, "If I had my way, I'd be with her. Although that opportunity was stolen from me." The defendant carried out a planned and unprovoked killing, leaving a family to endure an unimaginable loss, said County Attorney Rachel Mitchell. This sentence delivers justice for the victim and affirms that this level of violence will be met with the strongest consequences under the law. That's a powerful statement, and I hope people who are watching this or will be the replay crew will pay attention to the words written here and understand that here in Maricopa County and probably in many other areas around the United States, if not around the world, are taking these things seriously. Drugs, firearms, possession of these items that can impact others and no fault of their own, okay? That's why we need stronger laws and the law enforcement to enforce those laws. I'm not going into any politics or anything else, but I just wanted to let you know that's how I feel here in Maricopa County. And for the most part, I do feel safe. Not all the time, though. I'll put it to you that way. Hey, Colorado Canadian. Happy Sunday. Happy February 1st, too. Groundhog's Day tomorrow, right? If anybody knows what that means, if the groundhog sees their shadow, there'll be 6 more weeks of winter, or the reverse. I don't remember. Next one is dated January 29th, just several days ago. Man who tried to travel with fentanyl bricks sentenced. Again, back to the drugs. And these are bricks, right? So we're talking a good size, 2 Whoppers next to each other, if not more. Just to give you an idea. Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell announced today that Jason Kai has been sentenced to 5 years in prison after pleading guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit sale or transportation of a dangerous drug, a Class 2 felony. In April 2025, Kai arrived at Sky Harbor International Airport and checked in 1 suitcase for a flight destined for Detroit. That's my own town. That's where I originated. I was born there. Don't send drugs there. Anyway, When the suitcase was inspected by TSA agents, which all TSA agents usually do, they noticed something suspicious. Dun, 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 dun. Phoenix police searched inside the bag and found 2 vacuum sealed bricks hidden in a pool raft box weighing 2 kilos. The powder inside one of the bricks tested positive for fentanyl. An additional search of the suitcase uncovered approximately 15 pounds of methamphetamine. Sorry, I don't do drugs. And 1 pound of heroin. Heard of that? Not good to use or get hooked on. The defendant was removed from the pending flight and arrested. He made it all the way to the plane, and his suitcase was searched by TSA after getting into the airport, past TSA gate, right? Security. Interesting. Not picking on anybody. I just find that interesting that he was able to make it all the way to the plane. Quote, countless lives have been saved thanks to the dedicated work of Sky Harbor International Airport's TSA agents, Phoenix police detectives, and MCAO prosecutors, that's Maricopa County Attorney's Office prosecutors, said County Attorney Rachel Mitchell. Fentanyl continues to devastate communities across the country. If you plan on trafficking this poison through Maricopa County, plan on staying. Good for you. Now, there's a link here for photos associated with the case, which are available. I didn't pull those up to bring it in to make the stream longer by any means. I just like reading these stories, commenting, and seeing what comments anyone may have. Methamphetamine. Thank you, Texas Packet. Methamphetamine. Say that 3 times fast. I'm not going to try it. Anyway, so let's see. What is next? Oh, that's the activities. See, I told you to be short. No more activities for January. Doesn't mean that activities are not ongoing as far as investigation, open cases, and all of the law enforcement working diligently, whether it be traffic violations or homicides or suicides or anything along those lines, and many other crimes, right? They're working diligently on those, as well as the court system. There are calendars, master calendars, docket calendars, judges calendars, right? So they have to schedule things accordingly as available. Do you know what I mean? So in that respect, there's a lot of clogs in the wheel, right? If I said that wrong, I apologize. But there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, right, that have to fall into place. So I'm pretty proud of their activity. Again, getting into the new year, maybe there isn't a lot of crime going on in 2026 in Maricopa County. Yeah, baby. Love that. But we shall see in the coming months, right, what other crimes are identified and or sentencing, or like we had last year, several criminals put to death under the death penalty here in Arizona, lifetime imprisonment. One of these cases today was natural life imprisonment, right? Fentanylitis. Hey, Jen, that fentanylitis. I'm assuming you're mentioning it's a different way to say fentanyl, I guess. A tax pack. It's a Texas pack. TX. Let me just call it TX. You're welcome. I heard you just was a few steps away. No worries. Thank you, though. That's it, Tex. TX, cogs in the wheel. That's what I meant. Exactly. So it's really important that as many of us pay attention to these news alerts, civic alerts, fighting crimes of all kinds. The biggest thing I like to talk about is report, don't repost. So if you see a crime in action, yeah, most people want to get their cell phones out, cellular telephones out and film it, which is fine, but they really should be contacting the police or law enforcement, making them aware, right? You almost want to have 2 cell phones on you, you know, or at least with somebody else as a cell phone. One tape to record it, because a picture tells 1,000 words, as we all know and experienced, right? Okay, thanks, Tex. Appreciate it. I'll get it out there, but I don't like to assume. I don't want to assume anything. So anyway, don't repost, report, right? I've been watching a lot of YouTube this weekend and just watching the kids out on spring break and things going on. Excuse me, underage children, we'll call them, or young adults, and even those older, getting drunk driving, pulled over, having issues, fighting with the law enforcement, either verbally or physically. Learn the rules right now. Play a game, right? When your family gets together, do the sobriety test game. Test everybody and give a prize. Try the walking, heel to toe, 9 steps forward, keep your main foot planted, small steps to turn, heel to toe, 9 steps back, right? Arms at your side, always looking down your feet. Then you can also do the one leg stand, which you can choose whichever foot you want to use, and you need to lift it, arms straight on your sides, look at your toe, lift whichever foot you choose, and start counting 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until the law enforcement officer says stop. Practice. I'm not to say to get out of anything, but it's actually interesting and not as easy as you may think. And I'm saying do it when you're sober, right? Can you imagine if you had been drinking and driving? It's got to be a challenge. So try it. What's the other one? Pick a number between 2 numbers, between 1 and 100, and have somebody else count backwards. Have somebody count forwards. You can also use the alphabet, the 26-letter alphabet here in the United States of America. You can pick a letter to another letter and have them recite it. It's actually going to be a board game. Now that I've said it out loud, you watch. And I hope the proceeds go to law enforcement, right? A lot of them could use body cams, if not newer body cams with clearer pictures. I'm just saying, because I would love to see some with a clearer picture, especially DUI pullovers, right? You really want to have that information clear as a bell. So. Okay, gotcha. No problem, Teresa. Marie Condoin. Okay, no worries. Again, I just wanted to do this because I like to do it every month. I figured it's a Sunday, kind of a quiet day, if you will. Wanted to make sure I shared all these with you. And anybody who joins a replay crew, I'd appreciate it. If you'd like to view future or past streams, please go to my channel. If you'd like to subscribe, I always appreciate that too. You know that. And if you don't, just watch, enjoy. If I'm not providing you anything you find interesting, find somebody else. No worries, okay? But keep an eye out on my channel. Sometimes I have some surprising good stuff, you know? And I try very hard by putting my research in and pulling together information so that it's in a presentable fashion for all my viewers. So, thank you, Teresa. Since we're online, let me just crack this puppy open if it gets to me. Now, it hasn't come through yet, so no worries. I will keep it as a side note, Teresa, and either I'll wait till March 1st or I'll add it to a stream that I'll do in the coming weeks, okay? Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Text, I see it now. I got it. Where is it? You're the one who sent it to me. No, it hasn't populated yet. My internet's a little slow today. I think everything's a little slow, but we are at 83 degrees here in Arizona. Pretty blue skies, great mountain views. I got out earlier, which was nice just to take a break from my life. It was well worth it. And with that said, thank you all very much. Sorry it's chilly anywhere else, but I'd love to share that with everybody. Hey, Colorado Canadian, have a great rest of your day. And y'all have a great rest of your day too. Thank you so much for joining. And you will see me soon. Bye now.